Hello everyone, I'm Hardman Canada and I can speak with my telepathic powers because of my mustache. My topic today will be on the game review of Bulk Slash on the Sega Saturn. A game exclusive to Japan, but this is a special event because I installed the English patch to play on my actual hardware. Even if I'm bored, I have good news.
Hardman Canada, don't forget your promise. You're going to give the floor to Cotton and Sakura War when it's their turn to speak. Me and Goro are going to stay on standby. As I am your guardian angel, it is my job to protect you. You never know if someone's going to come to attack you. This happens often.
Hello everyone. Before I start, I have an important message to give you. From now on, at the end of each of my YouTube videos, I will give a link to a document that I made that tells you how to obtain your salvation. I made a list of everyone who have been kind to me since I was born, and I made a prayer so that you all go to heaven. Everyone in this list go to heaven, and receive my benediction. I'm following the instruction that I got from a dream I had. My wish is that all of you, all of my subscribers, make it to heaven. Bulk Slash is a 3D action game where you control a combat robot who fights against the rebel army called Ku Army. In the world of Bulk Slash, humans live in a futuristic world with advanced technologies. These humans live in another solar system. In the Bulk Slash solar system, a planet is equivalent to a country. There is Planet Ground, Planet Brown, Planet Gold, Planet Swartz, Planet Rot, Planet West, and Planet Blau. A long time ago, there was a great war between several planets in this solar system. The Great War ended after the defeat of the army of the planet Blau, who were responsible for the Great War. To have peace in a solar system, at the end of the Great War, a solar system government, which is called the Interplanet Federation, was created. Despite this period of peace, humans from planet Blau suffered a lot of discrimination for several years. Alois Gardner, a man originally from the planet Blau, has started a coup d'etat against the Interplanetary Federation. His army took 3 million human hostage from planet Blau who were against the coup. Additionally, Alois Gardner made a weapon powerful enough to destroy a planet and declare war on the Federation. The government of the planet Ground, Brown, Gold, Swartz, Rot, and West, who were part of the Federation, formed an alliance and sent their best soldier, Chris, who controlled the combat robot, for his mission. Additionally, Ryzen is the girl from the planet Blau who was Chris's childhood friend. When they were children, Chris protected her from other children who bullied her because she came from planet Blau. Ryzen was heavily bullied because she came from planet Blau, the most hated planet in the galaxy, but Chris was the only one who defended her when they were a child. Now Chris and Ryzen are adults, but they found themselves in two different armies. These two best friends have to fight because they have different ideologies. Chris is the most powerful soldier in the Federation army, and Ryzen is the most powerful soldier in the Rebel army. Bulk Slash is one of the best Sega Saturn games, and it's a game that I recommend to everyone to at least try once in their life. If you are watching me for the first time, do not subscribe to my channel. Do not subscribe to my channel. But no one listens to me because this year I had a lot of new subscribers. By the way, I have an important message to give all of my new subscribers. These are 5 games you should never play because they are among the 5 worst games ever made in the history of planet Earth. Star Fox for the Atari 2600, Ultraman for the Super Nintendo, Rise of a Robot on the Sega Genesis, Lego Rock Raider on PlayStation 1, and the worst of all, Swamp Thing on the Game Boy. I had the misfortune of reviewing Lego Rock Raider in the past, and I am sorry to the people who were traumatized by the atrocious quality of this game. I refuse to put all of you through that again. For everyone's sake, I will not review this game unless someone forces me to.
Hey, how do you say friend in Spanish?
In Spanish, we say tomodachi.
If you lie to me, someone will die. I want to test my new fatality on someone.
Gee, you picked me? Please select the stage.
Borg Slash has a nice presentation. When you start a game, you can choose your level just like in Mega Man games. Each level happens on a different planet. By the way, do you know why a strawberry cried? Because he was in a jam. Once you made your choice, you're left to examine a detailed 3-dimensional map of the level while your commander explains the objective of your mission. Knowing that Borg Slash is a game that was released in 1997, the presentation is excellent for the era. Your robot has 2 forms, the combat form and the airplane form. Each form has advantages and disadvantages. In airplane form, you move quickly, but your movements are not precise. In combat form, you move slowly, but your movements are very precise. In airplane form, you can fly an infinite amount of time, and this skill is extremely overpowered. Can you imagine controlling Tails who can fly an infinite amount of time in a single game? Tails will completely be overpowered as a character because he would break the balance of the game. On the other hand, to balance the game, the attack in airplane mode are weak compared to combat mode, even if you can attack several enemies at the same time with the homing missile. In combat mode, your attacks are extremely strong. You can do physical attack with your sword, which gives a lot of damage. You can throw a grenade, which can chain a series of explosions which can defeat several enemies at the same time. In addition to this, you can use special weapons. The Fire Blaster is a very powerful weapon that burns enemies. It's similar to Flame Mammoth weapon in Mega Man X game. The Napalm Blaster allows you to fire napalms in multiple directions. This reminds me of Napalm Man's weapon from Mega Man 5. And then you have the Bezier Blaster, which allows you to launch a green laser beam to kill enemies. This reminds me of Cyber Peacock's weapon from Mega Man X game. Another advantage of combat mode is that you receive more experience points to increase the level of your navigator. I will talk more about the navigator system later. The gameplay of the game is very exciting and engaging. In airplane mode and combat mode have been perfectly balanced so that you use both forms equally. so you will use the best option depending on the situation. For example, in an open level like in space, airplane mode is more advantageous. In a level with restricted corridor or in a level with restricted corridors, combat mode is more advantageous. One impressive thing about the game is that although there is a lot of action in the screen, the game suffers almost no slowdown. The game remains a stable 60 frames per second 99% of the time. The developer put more importance on performance than graphic, and because this is an action game, this is a very good decision. On the other hand, one of the only flaws of the game is that you cannot see objects that's too far. It was probably made that way to maintain a good performance. The game has a low draw distance. Sonic Frontiers has the same flaw as this. Another small flaw is that the Sega Saturn analog controller is not compatible with this game, and I found it strange because the Sega Saturn 3D controller was released in 1996 and this game was made in 1997. By the way, do you know why you should never trust an atom? Because they make up everything. Voilà. This game controls very well with a normal controller. It uses a tank control, a type of control where you move forward with up, you move back with down, and you turn with left and right, and you move sideways with R and L. Several games from the PS1 and Sega Saturn era use this type of control. This type of control is rare in 2024 because using analog in a 3D game has become the norm in modern video games. By the way, this version of the game works with the twin-stick Sega Saturn arcade controller, but I did not test this controller because it's too expensive. What I like about this game is that this game respects your time. There are no 3-hour tutorials like in modern Pokemon games to waste your time, and your navigator gives you instructions and you get started in the action right away when you start the game. The first time I played this game, I was impressed with how fun the game was, and I said to myself, oh, it's too bad I couldn't play this game when I was a kid. It's a shame because this is an excellent game that never left Japan. This is one of the reasons why Sega Saturn was more successful in Japan than in Canada.
It's to the left. Target destroyed. Target's left. Fine. It's to the right. Shield recovered.
A unique element in this game is the navigator system. This system is called MIS, which means Manageable Intelligent Support System. The navigators give you instruction in real time during your mission. They help to indicate where are your objectives, and it is very useful because the radar located on the top right of the screen lacks precision. In addition, by killing enemies, you receive experience points to increase the level of your navigators. There are a total of 7 navigators. At the beginning, the navigator will not talk too much, but as you increase her level, she will talk to you more often and she will open up to you, and their message will be more precise, and they will start using new phrases and new sentences and new expressions. By the way, in the world of Star Wars, in the movie of Star Wars, people ate PAL food like PAL rice, PAL steak, and PAL poutine. Some navigators will analyze enemy attack as they increase in level. When you complete a game with a navigator, you will unlock the navigator's secret ending if you have had enough experience. In this game, you keep the experience point of the navigators that you have unlocked once you start a new game plus. The navigators have a unique and enjoyable experience. When you play very well, some navigators will give you compliments. And when you fight against a bosses, and the bosses is almost dead, each navigator will tell you a last word of encouragement to give you the courage to beat the boss. This little detail is very important to give you a pleasant experience of the game. Sometimes the navigator will make comment during a boss fight. On the other hand, if you play bad, the navigators will let you know. For example, there is one who will tell you, "What are you doing?" with an angry tone to let you know that you are playing bad. And there is one who is going to call you a stupid with a dramatic tone when you play badly. Each navigator has a different skills and personalities. I noticed a different personality with each navigator, but in terms of skills, I noticed no difference with the exception of one, the last navigator. Here's the list of navigators you can control you can unlock after meeting some conditions. Number 1 is Leonard Rhodes, a planet grown navigator who has a serious personality but very good at analyzing enemy.
Leone Rhodes, Sergeant First Class reporting. I'm here to help, Chris. Launching operation. To the left. Wow!
Number 2, Medical Flare, a navigator from the planet Brown. She is a princess who speaks with elegance.
How do you do? I am Medical Flare. Might I trouble you to tag along? Let us be on.
Number 3, Lyra Hart, a navigator from the planet Gold. She is a popular singer, but she have a childish personality and she is loud and show exaggerated expression.
Looks like left. Holy moly! You stupid! You stupid! Fire blaster!
Shield recovered.
Lieutenant Naira Savage, reporting. Pick me up, pilot. Deploy, Corporal.
Number 4 is Naira Savage, a navigator who is an expert in space combat.
On the left.
She is very disciplined. She comes from planet Swartz.
You're going to Blau, right? And you're my ride. Name's Ruby of Rude. I'll even lend you a hand.
Number 5, Rupia Road, a navigator who specializes in espionage mission who comes from the planet Rot. She likes talking to you a lot and when she talks to you, she flirts with you a lot.
Sergeant Colin Steiner reporting in. My navigation is kind of amazing. Let's
Number 6, Colin Steiner, a navigator who comes from planet West. She has a positive personality, very pleasant, and she is very smiley. As she speaks several languages, she has an accent. The English dub of the game is a very good quality because you can feel her English dub even in the English version of the game, just like in the Japanese version.
Oh my god! Target destroyed.
ist ja gigantisch. It's ahead. Ouch.
Number 7. Rina. Rina is the best navigator of the solar system. She was captured and taken hostage by the rebel army because of her phenomenal powers.
Achtung und go! Wunderbar.
With my power, you could.
Rina give you a completely overpowered ability. In combat mode, you have infinite energy for your special weapons. With other navigators, I noticed no difference. If there is a difference, it must be very small. But with Rina, I immediately noticed the difference. To unlock her, you must finish the game with the other navigators and find her in a secret passage during the final level in your New Game Plus playthrough. If you play the game at the maximum difficulty, I highly recommend using Rina as your navigator to have a chance of survival, because the difficulty is very brutal. There are a lot of enemies in the screen. There are more enemies in the screen. You lose more energy and enemy shots are way faster. In addition to that, but the bosses are much more powerful and much faster, and some have new attacks. For example, in the third mission, the difficulty is no walk in the park. You need to protect a ship from enemy attacks. At normal and easy difficulty, it is very doable, but at the hardest difficulty, the ship can die in a few seconds because there are 20 times more enemy on the screen, and their aggressiveness is at their maximum level. Rina has a calm personality, and we can sense that she is confident in her ability when she speaks, because she knows that she is the most powerful navigator of the galaxy. In terms of functionality, she is my favorite navigator.
Get out of here!
Pretty.
I played the English patch of Borg Slash on the actual Sega Saturn. I played on the actual hardware. I don't use an emulator because I want to have an authentic experience while playing the English patch. I have a pseudo Saturn Kai memory card to play European and Japanese import on my Canadian Sega Saturn. This memory card can also, obviously, it save game. It can also be used as a RAM expansion for supported game, and it will let you play Sega Saturn game that receive language translation patch like French and English from fans of Japanese only games. But I cannot show you the detail on how to use it because it is in the gray area of what is mobile. In my opinion, using an emulator or installing a fan translation of a patch of a 20-year-old video game that is no longer supported by the Video Game Corporation is acceptable to use. But I understand that some people have an issue with that because it involves hacking a game to change the language. The quality of the English localization of Borg Slash was made on a professional level. the quality of the English patch is a 10 out of 10 in my book. A perfect score. Cell from Dragon Ball Z will be happy about it because it's perfect. And that's why I decided to take the risk to talk to you guys about this game. I also play other Sega Saturn games that have had English patches. For example, Cotton 2 and Sakura War. As I promised to Dokolokolo, my guardian angel, I will give the floor to Cotton and Sakura War to talk about their game. But before I do that, I need to say this. In the microscopic world, King Helium and King Neon went into a bar. But the bartender said, "Sorry, we don't serve noble gas in the bar." King Helium and Prince Neon did not react.
Thank you, Hardman Canada, but you need to work on your pun. Recently, we had the pleasure of having a fan-made English translation of my game, Sakura Wars. Just like in Bog Slash, your character fight in robot armors. In the universe of this game, humans, demons, and angels use their robot in combat. The stronger your character's spiritual strength, the stronger your robot armor will be. Sakura Wars is a game. Sakura War game is a mix between a visual novel and a tactical RPG. During your game, the choice you make will have consequences in the story and in combat. The English patch is a gift from heaven because it will allow English speakers who do not speak Japanese to experience the adventure of Sakura Wars, the game. I now give my praise to Cotton. It's her turn to speak, but I apologize in advance for her problematic behavior.
I'm Cotton. I betrayed Team Bigfoot to join Team Hardman Canada to eat giant candies. Remedia Scarlet wants to kill me because of my betrayal. Remedia sucks! It serves her right! My own game is Cotton 2 on Sega Saturn. This game also had an English fan translation. This game is a shoot-'em-up game. The good thing about this game is that it's a 2-player mode. The first player is me, Cotton, and the second player is Apply. Her full name is Apply Pumpkin because her orange head looks like a pumpkin. Poor her. I'm ashamed to have a friend like her. She has a pumpkin head. We argue very often. One day she was walking on the bridge, but the bridge broke. I felt bad for the bridge that had to support her. Content 2 is available also on the Nintendo Switch, but I do not recommend this version because this version has input lag. It's better to play the Sega Saturn version where it doesn't have input lag. I now give the floor to Hardman Canada. Hey, Hardman Canada! If you don't give me all your candies, I'm going to tell Goro that she lied to him.
Whoa. Relax, Cotton. I promise you that I will give you all candies. Please don't tell Goro that I lied to him. I value my life. Please. A localization is different than a translation. A translation is just a simple translation from one language to another. A localization goes deeper than this. A localization will adapt the culture of a country into another country without losing the original experience of the original media. Sometimes a localization quality will be good and sometimes it will be bad. For example, in Canada, we use the metric system of measurement and the USA use the imperial system. If a Canadian TV show wants to be aired in the US, they need to adapt what they are saying. For example, in the Canadian version of the TV show, we would say, this forest is 20 kilometers. But in the US version, of the TV show, we will say this forest is in 12 miles. Another example is money. In Canada, we use dollars. In France, we use euros. A Canadian version of a TV show would say the Sega Dreamcast will cost $300, but in France, we will say the Sega Dreamcast will cost 300 euros. Another example is the cultural expression. In Japanese, we use the honorific speech system, but in English and French, this system does not exist. In Japanese, depending on your relative social status, you use the correct suffix or prefix. For example, san, sama, kun, chan, tan, sensei, and senpai, and so on. In this case, we will use the approximative expression during a translation. For example, in Japanese, if we will call me Hardman Canada-san. In English, we will call me Mr. Hardman Canada. In French, we will call me Monsieur Hardman Canada. If I'm a karate teacher, in Japanese, we will call me Hardman Canada Sensei. In English, we will call me Master Hardman Canada. And in France, we will call me Maître Hardman Canada. Here's an example of a good localization. In the anime Spirit Chronicles, the hero summoned from another world is called Aki. We will compare the French, Japanese, and English version of this scene.
Très bien, ça suffit. Je vais voir ce qui se passe.
Monsieur Hiroaki, non! Restez, je vous en supplie! Monsieur Hiroaki!
That is it. No more waiting. Time to make a move.
No! Sir Hiroaki! We're supposed to stay here! Sir Hiro!
限界だ。お前ら外にいるぞ。
ヒロアキ様、お待ちくださいませ。勇者様、Sir Hiroaki, no! No! Sir Hiroaki! ヒロアキ様、お待ちくださいませ。
In the Japanese version, which is the original version, we call the hero Hiro Aki-sama. The honorific word sama is used for a person of high status, of a high social status, such as a deity, a king, or a special customer in a 5-star customer service restaurant. In this case, Aki is a legendary hero of a 1,000 years old prophecy. The people of this world use the honorific suffix sama to show him the greatest respect. It does not have an equivalent in English or French, so the best possible translation is Seigneur Hiroaki in French and Sir Hiroaki in English. If we use a direct translation, we will call him Hiroaki-sama in English and French dub, but that will be confusing for French and English speakers who do not know this nuance of the Japanese language. The localization is much more complicated job than a translation, and I have a lot of respect for people who does this, because I understand the difficulty of their work perfectly, because I make my video in French version and in English version. I am a person who make a lot of puns and joke, but certain words and expression work in French and not in English, and vice versa. And it's a headache to do puns when you do a pun translation. And this is why I am bold. All the sacrifice I make for you guys who watch my videos. The bulk/English patch is not a simple translation. This is a localization of exceptional quality. In Koten 2 and Sakura Wars, we only translated the text, but bulk/fan went beyond that. They added an English dub. The English dub is phenomenal. Additionally, they also translated the instruction manual into English and made the North American version of the game cover. It's the best fans translation I ever witnessed in my life. To be more precise, it is a localization and not a translation. Even the bulk/Wikipedia page has acknowledged the existence of the English fan translation of the game. You know, when Wikipedia has acknowledged the existence of an English fan translation, you know you made a very good job, because it's rare that Wikipedia talk about unofficial work. It is a sign of exceptional work. I give them a 10 out of 10 for their work. No, 10 out of 10 would be an insult. I give it a score of 25 out of 10.
You're nearing the target. It's ahead.
Pick a stage.
Bulk/ has 7 levels. The majority of the missions are different and each level have unique environment. You can select your mission in almost any order you want. Since there aren't many missions, a playthrough can last 2 hours. If you know the game very well, you can finish the game in less than one hour. The emphasis of the game is on the quality of the level and not the quantity of the level. In this case, it is perfect because this game has a huge replayability value. The first time I played this game, it took me 4 hours to finish the game because the last mission was brutal. After playing several times, I am now able to finish the game in less than 1 hour in normal and easy mode. But if I play in hard mode, it will take me longer. Additionally, in this game, the boss has a spectacular entry. The majority of bosses are colossal in size and very intimidating. The robot you control is a fighting flying type Pokemon because it has 2 modes, combat mode and airplane mode. The objective of the first mission is to destroy all military supplies of the rebel army. One thing I like about this game is when you only have one target left, the music will change to the music theme of the main character, Chris. The first mission takes place in a city during the day. The first boss is a normal type because he is the easiest boss and have no special abilities. The objective of the second mission is the same as the first mission, but this time it happens at night and there are a lot of enemies. The second boss is a giant insect, so it's a flying bug type. The third mission takes place in the royal family's castle. In this mission, where you must escort the royal family to safety, you must do everything to protect the royal family's ship. This is a difficult mission because there are millions of enemies attacking the ship, and if the ship is destroyed, you are game over. The third boss is a steel type Pokemon. The fourth mission is in space, so this is a spatial mission. The objective is to deliver 4 bombs to the rebel army spaceship to detonate the bomb. But when you carry the bomb, the enemy will make everything in their power to destroy the bomb. If the bomb is destroyed, you must restart the task again. The fourth mission requires a lot of concentration. The fourth boss is a giant spaceship, so it's a flying type Pokemon. The fifth mission is an infiltration mission in the rebel army's base. This level is closed, so you must find 5 hidden access cards in level. You must find 5 hidden access cards hidden in the level. You have to listen to the navigator's instruction so you don't get lost. The fifth boss is a giant aquatic spider, so it's the water bug type. The sixth mission is my favorite level. You are on the planet West, a snow-covered planet that has several natural resources. The environment of this level is very beautiful. The beauty of this code will bring you tears in your eyes. The objective of this mission is to destroy all giant walkers. They are ice-type Pokemon because their bodies are made to resist the cold. The sixth boss is a rival who has the same skills as you. Your rival is a fighting flying type, just like you. The last mission is an infiltration mission just like the fifth mission. You have to find a password to deactivate the ultimate weapon of the rebel army. The last boss is difficult because you have to fight against the 4 final bosses one after another. In the Pokemon language, they are the Elite 4 of the game. This reminds me of the Elite 4 of the game Castlevania 4 for the Super Nintendo. Slogra, a fighting type. Gaben, a flying fire type. Death, a ghost type. And Dracula, a dark type. Just like in Castlevania 4, beating the Elite 4 of the game in succession can be difficult. In Borg Slash, the strongest soldier of the Rebel army is part of the Elite 4 of the game. The first final boss is a electric fighting type. The second final boss is a fire type because it's a monster that breathes fire. The third final boss is a poison type because it's a giant snake. And the final boss, the fifth boss, is a dragon type, the strongest soldier in the Rebels army.
You're stronger than this.
Chris, hang in there. Hey, Chris?
Everyone, I have an important message. We have to prepare ourselves for 2025. I had a vision that Team Bigfoot is going to force Hardman Canada to play Star Fox, Ultraman, Rise of a Robot, and Swamp Thing. We will do everything to prevent their plan. I also had a vision of my next fight. Here are the core members of Team Hardman Canada and Team Bigfoot. Some are dead. Normally they will never come back in future episodes, but we may never know what will happen in the future. One more thing. For several years, I also had a vision that Hardman Canada was fighting a new villain. A villain I never saw before. We can see him in the intro of Hardman Canada's show. Hardman Canada told me he never met him. Who is this mysterious villain? One day we will have answers.
As a final score, I give this game a 94%. This game has some small flaws. It lacks a good lock-on system to attack agile enemy in a reliable way. We cannot see objects from far away. The analog control is not available, and the difference between the navigators is not huge, with the exception of one. The advantage of this game outweighs the disadvantage. The colossal bosses are fun to fight. The missions are varied. The level design are high quality. The music is very good. The game respects your time. The game has a great replayability value. The navigators makes the game very enjoyable. There are several endings of the game, and the game runs at 60 frames per second most of the time. This is among the best Sega Saturn game. This is a game that I recommend to everyone. Bye everyone, I love you all because of my mustache. See you next time. We meet again in 2025.